Louder!
And it's time for the Gore N More podcast.
Gonna have a good time.
Gonna have a good time!
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
We're going on now.
A ball break, walking hand in hand in the moonlight. We'll be the sweet soul there. I swear we'll never part.
We're going on now.
A ball break, running in the sand, feeling alright.
And what is up, Gorehounds? Welcome to the Gore N More podcast. I am your not so mean Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D, bringing it in. However, we're a little light today, so it's just Steve bringing it in with me.
Yeah, buddy!
We do have Chad Daddy potentially coming in. He's having some technical difficulties, and Bobby is having some
Booty hole difficulties.
yeah.
Yeah,
Bobby's his own worst enemy at this point right now, and we miss him, but he was like, nope, can't do it today. So Steve and I are starting this bitch. We're sorry we're starting it a little bit late, but you know what, man? Show must go on.
Damn right. And you know
Fucking
what?
here, dude.
You know what? Do we have? I mean, it's just us. We're the dynamic duo of the dead.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah,
I feel like I should be wearing Ghostbuster shit right now,
I
honestly.
know, right? Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean,
I could have came
We'll
in
talk
with a
about
PKE
that.
meter. Yeah, right, dude.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But before we get into this phantasmic episode of yeah, you like that?
I like it. I like it.
Today we are we're gonna do what we always do. So Steven, if you could please.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your
Yeah, Mr. Vasquez. What'd you do
Well,
last week, buddy?
I am on motherfucking vacation,
Woo!
baby. So
Yeah.
that, my vacation shirt I got on right now, I'm feeling all festive.
I'm
and
loving
shit.
it, dude. It's a
Thanks,
very
man.
festive shirt, too.
It is. It is. I didn't really do much last week, man. I finished out work. We had our Coles graduation on Friday, which was really good. I love watching my kids graduate. And I was thoroughly surprised this graduation as one of our students. We don't have a valedictorian, a salutatorian. We just have student speakers that we choose to give
Oh, nice.
speeches. So one of the students that gave the opening speech, she thanked me in her speech, and it made me like super emotional.
Oh, dude.
She was like, if it wasn't for Mr. Vasquez, he was my shoulder to cry on. Like he was there when I had all these problems, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have graduated. And I hear it from my students all the time. I do. But to actually have one of them get up there and in front of hundreds of people just give me that recognition, because I'm nobody on the totem pole to the board, you know what I mean, to the school board, to the to the administration, all that. I'm at the bottom of the barrel. I just do my job because I love what I do. I love helping these kids. So the fact that I got that recognition in front of everybody, it made me super emotional. I fucking cried like a little bitch.
I love that, dude.
Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
great. It was fucking great, man. And then I just worked this weekend, hung out with the girlfriend. Yesterday I had a me day. Girlfriend went back to work, so I had a me day. I went and got my car washed, and then I hit up the movies. I went to go watch Jurassic World. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
I've heard things.
I should have waited.
Is it a repeat of Jurassic Park 3?
Kind of.
That is exactly what I've heard.
But Jeff Goldblum has like the funniest like fourth wall break in the movie. It should have been a fourth wall break. It wasn't, but it kind of was.
Might as well then,
because he was like, "I hate Jurassic World," and all he had to do was just like turn his eyes to look at the fucking camera just a bit. But it was. It wasn't.
I haven't even. I didn't finish the second one. That's how I felt about that, dude. So I don't even know about this one. Like,
yeah. So it was just kind of like, whew, Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Heather, the Smiling Octopus on Twitch, and Brody Kane.
Mr. Brody.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then I watched this movie today. Like I said, I special requested this movie. Today is the 6th year anniversary that my dad left this earth. This was one of his favorite movies. I woke up in good spirits today, and it's really weird because usually today, for the last 6 years, I get super depressed today. And for some reason, I just woke up and I was in a good mood. Like I was like, you know what? let's have a dad day today. Let's do the things that my dad would have done. So I started it off by watching Poltergeist.
Nice.
I threw on the first Resident Evil because he fucking loved that movie.
Ooh.
I watched Underworld because he
That's
fucking
so
absolutely
weird, dude. Because I was actually looking at Apocalypse today. I was gonna almost watch it, and I didn't. But damn,
yeah, he loved all the Resident Evil movies, but I wasn't about to watch them all. And then and I don't think he saw the last one in that series. I don't think he was around for that. For the last one in that original series. But and then I watched the first Underworld, and for dinner I am planning on having a double meat, double cheese hamburger in his honor because that was his like favorite meal. He fucking loved double meat, double cheese hamburgers. So I'm gonna go to Whataburger.
Is that just the double cheeseburger, or what do you mean when you say double meat, double cheese? Like I'm assuming it's just 2 patties, 2 pieces.
Yeah. That's what it's called. A double meat. Well, you got double meat, double cheese Whataburger was his meal, and then you throw some bacon on there. Jalapenos. Wow. He would put jalapenos. I'm not a jalapeno guy, so sorry, Dad. Sorry,
I
Dad.
like a little. What about a little, just a little bit, like a light jalapeno?
It hurts my stomach, man. I can't I can't really do spicy foods. Like it just does not work for me. And then that was it, man. And now I'm here with you, buddy. How was your week?
Oh, my week was fan-fucking-tastic, dude. So did the grind. That kind of sucked last week. It was I'm not gonna get into that, but needless to say, there was one of those moments where I was just like, dude, I'm about to walk the fuck out. And yeah,
damn.
Yeah, and I usually never ever get like that, but whatever. I was, as you know, and Brody and some other friends out there, I've been busy working on my Leatherface cosplay.
Yeah, buddy, it looks fucking amazing.
I hung it here, so I got my apron done. Let's see if I can get out of the fucking way. But it's nice and wet looking, and it's dirty. It looks like a Taco Bell bathroom, as it should. Blood and dirt combined. So
Chipotle bathroom. Yeah, that's that Chipotle bathroom.
I've never eaten Chipotle.
Neither have I. But
I've gone to I go to like Moe's, or I've gone to like local places. There's a place called like Mesa Grande. I've never gone to Chipotle.
Yeah, we have one called Freebirds. I don't know if you guys have that. Freebirds is kind of similar.
Nope. Okay.
But the food's way better at Freebirds than Chipotle.
Fair enough. Other than that, also been gaming a little bit. So for you metalheads out there, it's Brody, and I know you're listening, and Steve, obviously.
Yes.
If you guys got PC, which I know y'all do, get on Steam and check out a game called Metal Hellsinger. Okay. Metal Hellsinger. I'm going to say it again. Now, it's a first-person shooter, but it's an arena style. So if you don't know what arena style is, think like Quake or something. Okay, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, that being said, the objective is, this is like the newer style Dooms. So it's heavy metal, dude.
Nice.
So you got stuff from like Surge. I always fuck up his last name, but from the lead singer from
Harkin.
Thank you. Lead singer from System of a Down. Dude, you got some shit. There's some female singers on there, dude, and I can't remember their names, but they are fucking fantastic. But anyways, you need to get the hits or the kills on the beats to the music. So it's
what like the fuck
shooter / guitar hero, and it's so dude. And so okay, so there's the cursor, and then the cursor will give you the beat, so it'll line up. It'll be like 1 2 3 4. Like I'm counting it out, and I have to because I sucked at this first, dude. But then you're just like, you have a sword, or then you get like a shotgun, or you get like this skull that shoots like fucking fire or whatever, and like you keep the beat. Or you just, at least you got to get the hits on the beat. And the better you get the hits directly on the beat, you get more of a perfect score. And it's fucking awesome. And the better the score you get, you unlock this thing called Fury. And then the more Fury you have, you unlock the whole song. So at the beginning, you just have the basic like bass or beat. So it's like, and then you start unlocking it. So when you get all the way unlocked, you get full fucking vocals and shit, dude. You're just fucking like jamming the fuck out, dude. Like slaying fucking demons. And I'm like, this is fucking, I played the demo like 3 times already. Our buddy Pete Ward, I got to give him a shout out. He played this shit like 12 fucking times already. Dude.
Damn. I looked it up. It looks fucking badass.
It comes out in fucking September, the full version, dude. And I might even play it again after that. It's fucking dope, man. Like, and it took me a little bit to get used to. I'm not going to lie. It was hard. I'm not going to say it wasn't for at least me. But like, once I got into like, either I was killing them on every like 2 and 4 for the 4, like, I did music a little bit in high school and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you know music, it's probably better for you. But I believe it was a 4/4 beat for the way like the tempo of it, or
Yeah.
4/4 tempo, whatever. So like I was going on the 2 and the 4 every like, and I was like shotgun, shotgun, like just going with the
Yeah. Just
and then
fucking-
like
yeah.
and then all of a sudden like I'm just like fucking jamming out of my computer. I'm like, what is going on, dude? It was fantastic,
the last cool game that had like a dope ass soundtrack like that for me was Brutal Legend.
yes,
Dude,
Yeah,
Brutal
but this
Legend
is-
was such a fucking dope game.
it was, but this is just so much more. Like, have you played the newer Dooms?
Yes.
Okay, dude, the soundtracks on those are fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah,
And that's-
yeah.
This whole game is based off of shit like that. They were like, have you ever played a game where it's just got this massive, awesome soundtrack and you feel yourself slaying to the music?
Due to the music, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
this is that fucking game. Like, yeah,
Nice.
and that's their pitch for it. And it's, of course, it's from some like Norwegian dudes or something like
Oh
that. So I'm
fuck
like,
yeah,
fuck yeah,
fuck
dude.
yeah, fuck
like-
yeah, it's gonna be fucking badass. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's fucking, it's fantastic. If you got a computer and you got Steam, go check out that demo. It's free as fuck. You'll probably see Steve streaming this shit later.
Yeah, I'm
on
gonna
his
download
Twitch,
it and
dude.
stream it on my fucking Twitch because it sounds fucking amazing.
Play it a little bit before you stream it because you're gonna get pissed. Probably.
No.
No? All right,
That's the
fair.
best part of watching me fucking stream
All
on
right,
Twitch
all
is
right.
watching me fail and fail and fail, get mad, take a breath, and then come back and obliterate that shit.
dude.
Because that's
It's,
what I did on Evil Dead.
Well, and that's correct. Which, by the way, I also played that, and I finally got King Arthur. So I was like, woo!
oh,
fucking-
nice. I'm on
yeah.
the final chapter right now.
Oh, okay, sweet.
I
sweet.
played. I got Arthur's sword, and I was running back to the fucking portal or wherever,
Yes.
wherever the fuck, and fucking Deadite came from behind and fucking killed me. I was like, no.
And that's so deep in, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's so deep. Like some of
Yeah.
those missions are so much like longer than the other ones.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I still say that timed one though, where you're playing Ash from
yes.
2? No,
Yes.
Ash
No,
from
no,
Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness Ash.
Yeah.
That was
that one-
probably one of the hardest levels, dude.
That
I
one's
was
a
so frustrated, but then
bitch,
finally, like I said, it took me a while, but then finally, I was like, you know what? I got this. And I fucking, dude, and I did it. And I was like, oh my god, this is the farthest I've got. And then I fucking beat the level, and I was like, yeah.
Yep.
Fucking
It is very
celebrating and shit.
It is a very satisfactory feeling.
Yes.
I'm excited to see you play Metal Hellsinger then, dude. I really am looking forward to that. But enough about that shit. Let's talk about what the fuck we are here to talk about today. And Scuba, what is that?
That is 1982's Poltergeist, released June 4th, 1982. So the 40th anniversary just passed. Not too long ago.
I think we were, like a week or two off.
Yeah. So, plot rundown. A
we
typical
go.
family in a quiet suburb of Normal, California faces a frightening ordeal when its home is invaded by a poltergeist. Late one night, 10-year-old Carol Ann Freeling hears a voice coming from inside the television set. At first, the spirits that invade the Freelings' home seem like playful children, but then they turn angry. And when Carol Ann is pulled from this world into another, Steve and Diane Freeling turn to an exorcist in this horror classic from director Tobe Hooper and producer and screenwriter Steven Spielberg. Directed by Tobe Hooper, Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Funhouse. Written by Steven Spielberg. You know, he's some like indie director. I've never heard of the guy. Michael Grice, Marked for Death, Cool World. Mark Victor, Marked for Death in Cool World. Produced by Steven Spielberg, Frank Marshall, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Now, like I said, watching this, it said at the beginning, also produced by Kathleen Kennedy. And I was going to ask Chad if that was the same Kathleen Kennedy that is running, what is it, Disney or Marvel, whatever the hell it is.
It's not, something like that.
I don't know. But you want to take it from here?
Yes, I do. Sorry, I was just catching up on Chad Daddy. He said he sent me behind the scenes, so we should be good to go for that. But yes,
buddy.
All right. Starring Craig T. Nelson from Coach and The Incredibles as Steve Freeling, Jo Beth Williams from Stop, Where My Mom Will Shoot. Fantastic fucking Stallone movie.
Yeah.
And Wyatt Earp as Diane Freeling. Oh no. Sorry, don't mind that beeping in the background.
I was like, what the shit? There's a bomb. It's a bomb, everybody run.
No, that was my dehumidifier. She is full. I'll try to take that out later in post, but fuck it, whatever. All right, Beatrice Straight from Bloodline, Endless Love as Dr. Lesh. Dominique Dune from Diary of a Teenage Hitchhiker and Breaking Away as Dana Freeling. Oliver Robbins from Airplane 2, the sequel. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And Don't Go to Sleep as Robbie Freeling. Heather O'Rourke, Happy Days, and Webster as Carol Ann Freeling. Michael McManus from Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol. Wait a minute. Was that the one that Bobcat came into, or was that 3?
I think he came in 3 as
that was
one
the training one, right?
Yeah, Citizens on Patrol was the one where they like train
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many fucking police.
Yeah, because he was I think he was in 3 as like one of the bad guys or whatever.
Bobcat?
Yeah, wasn't he like
no,
a gang leader?
No. He was a trainee that came in.
Yeah, but in one of them,
did he play a different role?
He was in the gang. Yeah, he was in the gang. And then in the next film is when he like became a cop or whatever.
Dude,
I'm
really
pretty
don't know
fucking
if
sure.
I want to go down
you
Academy
do,
road, but
because you know when you start watching them, you're gonna fucking watch them all.
Dude, come on, man. Hightower is the fucking man. Anyways, all right. Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol, and Action Jackson as Ben Tuttle. Virginia Kisser, Mommy Dearest, and Dreamscape as Mrs. Tuttle. Martin Casella from RoboCop 2, and Turner and Hooch as Marty. Richard Lawson from V and All My Children, or is that 5? It's V, right?
I thought it's V. Looks like V to me.
I always thought. Well, I didn't know if it was a Roman numeral 5. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah.
As Ryan, Zelda Rubenstein from 16 Candles and Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon.
Yes. And Teen Witch. You can't forget Teen Witch.
Teen Witch.
You've never seen Teen Witch?
I might have, but I'm brain farting. Teen Witch. It's a cartoon, right?
No. It's a movie where she's turning 16 or something, and
isn't that Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
No. Her name was Louise. And it was a redhead. You remember Karate Kid Part 3?
Yes.
The female in Karate Kid Part 3 was Louise in Teen Witch.
Wasn't he in Japan in number 3?
No, that was number 2. Number 3 is where they have the bonsai store.
Oh, yeah. All right, sorry. I am way behind on that too. All right. So, and the last one is James Karen from Return of the Living Dead and Mulholland Drive as Mr. Teague.
Yes.
All right, buddy.
Music by Jerry Goldsmith, Alien and Gremlins. Cinematography by Matthew F. Leonetti, Weird Science and Commando. Edited by Michael Kahn, every Indiana Jones film and Jurassic Park. Effects makeup by ILM. Distributed by MGM, United Artists. Runtime 114 minutes. MPAA rating of PG. Budget 10.7 mil. Grossed 121.7 mil.
Dang.
Yes.
So Chad Daddy did confirm, and that's what I thought. He did join the force on 3, which I thought he was in the gang on 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because 3 was the one where he was the roommate with the tiny little dude with glasses.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
He was just driving him nuts, and that he was all infatuated with what's her name when she was fucking training him and shit in karate.
Yeah. Yes.
He might as her tits.
Yes.
Ah, man. Joe Gallo, what's up, buddy? Oh,
no. Brody said the name. Why would you say the name, Brody?
Brody's trying to screw us.
And I put it on the screen because fuck
it. Just tempting fate, motherfucker.
Tempting fate.
All right. So, dude, to discuss this movie, first and foremost, I'm going to ask, when was the first time you watched this movie?
The first time I saw this flick, I had to have been probably about 5 years old. Because I was, just born when this fucking movie came out. But my dad loved this fucking movie. So, like I said, he got me into scary movies relatively early. And this was one that he just fucking absolutely loved. And I remember we didn't have a VCR at the time, but he had the tape. It was recorded. One of his friends had fucking recorded it for him. And so we went to go rent a VCR from Hollywood Video. My mom was not there. I think my mom was at my grandma's or something. So he sat me down. He's like, do not tell your mom I let you watch this movie. And I said, okay, Dad, I got this. Okay, I'm not scared. I got this. I fucking nearly pissed myself. This movie scared the living shit out of me. Just the fact that like the ghosts and stuff that came out, even though we really don't see a lot of ghosts, just like the activity that was happening kind of freaked me out. But yeah, I was probably about 5 years old when I saw this with my dad the first time. After that, I was hooked. I remember watching the sequels with him also. And it was just something that anytime it was on like HBO or whatever fucking channel it was on, we would sit down and fucking watch it together. So that's why I love this movie. It's got great effects in it, especially for the time. The story's well written. You get that kind of almost like good feeling, like ET kind of family film at the beginning before all the crazy shit starts happening. And then it's just this boom, fucking, slowly paranormal activity, and then ghosts, and then fucking like these demon monster things coming out from the fucking closet and shit.
Hell
and
yeah, dude.
and I think that's kind of where my paranoia for, when I was a kid, for closets was stemmed from this.
That makes sense, dude.
Yeah,
it's fucking,
yeah,
bro. They literally get sucked into the fucking closet, man.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
come on. All right, so this movie, I feel like I was about, I might have been a little older. I was probably like 7, I want to say, maybe.
Yeah.
But caught it on TV, so obviously it was a little edited. But then I remember asking my dad, I was like, yo, can we watch the full version? He's like, yeah, it's PG, whatever, you know what I mean? 80s PG, full on different. This was a discussion with the wife and I, because my daughter's 8, and I was like, yo, should we watch it with her? She just looked at me, she's like, are you fucking ridiculous? She's like, no. And I was like,
we were a different breed. We were a different breed. For anybody born in the 80s, late or early 90s, we're a fucking different breed, man. Like, there's shit that we watched that kids today could not fucking watch, regardless of the rating. You know what I mean? Like, if they were to watch, Never Ending Story now, they'd be mentally fucking scarred. And I'm sure we are mentally scarred.
You know, I have definitely toyed that idea of showing her that one. But
it's so heartbreaking.
It is, dude. Like, it is. Because I was about her age probably when I saw that shit.
Yeah.
But yes, so this movie is it's absolutely fantastic. I remember watching it as a kid. It scared the shit out of me, but at the same time, like, I just couldn't look away.
Yeah.
It was just, it was awesome. And it didn't have to be like, it wasn't bloody, it wasn't gory. It didn't have to be like, it wasn't scary on that aspect of it. It was the fact that, like, this little girl just disappeared into the ether, and there's nothing this fucking family can do about it. And except for this little fucking tiny lady that comes in and somehow she knows everything.
Yeah. And, and watching it now, or, watching it as you get older and as you're a parent, dude, that has to be
oh my god, dude.
Feeling, knowing that there's absolutely nothing you can do, knowing that your daughter is that close,
but you don't just like the father in the movie, like, he didn't go to work or anything like that. I wouldn't.
Dude, and in that second act, he looked like shit. Like, once the second act started, I was like, god damn, I forgot how fucking just like drained they made him look.
And this movie did it perfect too, man. They set up the perfect family dynamic, man. You get the whole like view of how this is a good connected family. You know what I mean? There's not really any problems. The daughter, she's a little questionably hoary, potentially.
Well, yeah. Did you see that big ass hickey she had on her neck at the end? I was like,
never noticed that shit when I was a kid, dude.
Neither did I.
Ever.
I did not notice it until
last
today.
night. As soon as she stepped out, I was like, whoa, look at that fucking hickey on that neck. That was the first thing I saw.
Yep.
Which, can we talk about that scene when she's earlier on and she's walking in front of the construction guys? Homie,
I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring that up.
You want to let these construction dudes catcall your 16-year-old daughter, and you're just going to smile and be like,
yeah, the mom was just like, oh, you crazy guys. Like, no.
Like, not to mention
not
these
acceptable.
Are eating through their kitchen window. And she's like, oh, fucking George, give me my cup. And I'm like, what? No. Like, 80s, man. Different fucking.
That's what I'm saying, man. We were a different breed, man. We were a fucking different breed.
Yo, these were obviously a chill couple. They're just hanging out in bed together. He's reading Nixon, but they're still smoking weed and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, whatever. He's a good businessman, but he's honest, which I like. You know what I mean? That was kind of, he didn't like lie to his clients or anything. He wasn't a dick.
Yeah.
But you're right, man. Just the change you see with this whole family overall. Yeah. Like, the daughter is just completely not there anymore because she just can't handle it. You know what I mean? The son's completely like, he's asking questions that any normal little kid would ask and shit like that, especially about like, if he died, he could rescue the sister. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's just like, damn, dude, that shit's deep.
And
but
this film kind of paranoids me even now still, like, because, eventually I want to buy a house. I want to, but
Yeah.
I'm always, and this has always been like a thought. What if my house is built on a fucking cemetery and all they did was move the tombstones?
I've heard a lot of people say that's why they don't want to ever get a pool.
Yeah, because you don't fucking know.
Luckily, I already had an in-ground pool in this house before I came, so I don't have to worry about that. Fucking A, man. But this movie, like, oh my God, the effects were effects were fantastic. There's a lot of things that I don't know if this movie got from stuff or other movies got from stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
so case in point, obviously this is pre-Terminator, but the face scene reminds me very much of when Terminator pops out his eye.
Yeah.
Just kind of the animatronic head
Yeah.
styling. It might be just that. But dude, that scene right there, man, I remember that scene kind of fucked me up as a kid.
Yeah,
a little bit,
yeah.
dude. And I kind of forgot about it. We were watching it last night, and that scene ended, and the wife straight up turns to me. She's like, "And you wanted Julie to watch this movie?" And I was like, "Well, yeah."
Yeah. Well, like we said, PG was a different breed back then. But even the effects when the rooms, they open the door and
It still looked
you have
cool as
these.
fuck, dude.
I know, but you have these like cocky investigators, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this car, I filmed it and it moved and blah blah blah, and it took a whole 7 hours." And he's like, 7 hours for what? For it to move across the floor. And then he just opens the door like, "Fuck your 7 hours. Look at this."
Right. Just that look of, just that expression on Craig Nelson's face.
Yeah.
Dude, that scene of just like, okay, that right there is just tired dad.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We've all been there. I haven't slept. The kids have kept me up all night, but he's also dealing with this shit, and a kid is in his other kid's in the TV.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
he's
So
like,
Oh,
I'm sorry, go ahead, bud.
Oh, I was gonna say Heather said she wonders if the flying book was any inspiration for Army of Darkness, but that's the first thing that popped in my head when that book flew by and laughed. I was like, that totally sounded like the Necronomicon in Army of Darkness.
Not necessarily even Army of Darkness, but you could say Evil Dead because it kind of like flapped around at the end and shit like that. It didn't fly around per se like in Army of Darkness. But
Ooh, shout out to one of my co-workers from Solomon Coles. How's it going, lady?
what's
Miss
up?
Donahue.
Thank
How's
you
it
for
going?
joining. Thank you. For
Yes,
joining.
yes.
But I mean, this movie, the shots are fantastic.
Yes.
Now, there was a question Brody and I were talking about this morning,
Okay.
and I don't know if it's in Chad's notes. I'm sure we can find out a little later. But he was wondering if Spielberg himself directed any of the segments of this movie. Like you and I were talking, there's a lot of areas that feel very Spielberg-esque.
Yep.
Case in point, and I'm gonna say, like I said to you, it's when the ghost is coming down the stairwell. You get the zoom in on the camera, even inside the camera lens of that zooming in on the ghost, just that whole setup, all the equipment like popping on nice and slow. And then you just build up into this crazy intense scene of the ghost coming down and everybody like, that's one of my favorite scenes in this entire movie. Not to jump into that thing, but that to me specifically feels very Spielberg-esque. So I wonder if he had.
I mean, you would think because he was on set. So,
okay.
I mean, I don't know, but I would assume you have him there. Why not?
At the same time, Hooper, Hooper's an established director too. You know what I mean? So,
but I mean, you got to think too. I mean, I don't know. I would assume that, hey, you're here, go for it.
You're right. And I mean, come on, man. Even we as the horror community, we love Texas Chainsaw Massacre, dude. Hooper's got a lot more under his belt besides that. Well, you want to talk about Spielberg and horror? Let's talk fucking Jaws, dude. And with just that name and that reputation alone behind, dude. I mean, if I was Hooper, dude, I would also probably be like, "Yo, man, Steve, come here. What do you think about that?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'd be like, you know what? Let me go ahead and let me do it. I got this one. So Chad says he was. It depends on who you ask to how much he directed. He was directing E.T. at literally the same time as this.
Thank you, Chad Daddy. Okay.
Dropping them knowledge bombs.
That's good. No, I know. Get your goddamn ass in here. What the hell?
But yeah, man, I this is one of those films that I there's nothing wrong with it for me. I love the story. The acting's great. The effects are amazing. How
about the fake out ending?
Great. Oh, the fake out ending is the best, because you're watching it, and if you've never seen this movie, what are you fucking doing with yourself?
it doesn't even make sense because you're like, man, it's still going. You think it would be like,
Yeah.
okay, they're packing up, and dude. And I even forgot, like, I mean, I didn't forget about the fake ending, but you actually kind of forget how much longer it still is from when
Yeah.
they're trying to leave versus all the shit that still goes down.
Well, I
You're
mean,
like,
and you know, Tangia has like that epic line, "This house is
clean.
clean."
Clean, yes.
And so you're like, "Okay, whew, I can breathe a sigh of relief." Like,
Yeah, right?
because you feel that anxiousness that the family, because you, like you said, you watch them become, from this wholesome American family to just this family is just fucking tormented by all these things that are occurring in their house and missing their daughter, and then they finally get their daughter back, and it's that happy ending, or so you think, and then all hell breaks loose, and these ghosts are like, nope, we're not done with you. Like, come on, get your ass back in here. And man, and a lot of this, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the curse here in a bit. But a lot of these things that occurred on set lead back to those skeletons that were used as props.
Yeah, dude, that shit. There is some crazy behind the scenes shit with this fucking movie for sure. Sorry, Chad Daddy was letting me know he's just having some technical difficulties on both computers, dude. So
Okay,
goddamn.
so the girlfriend says she wants that we're
Yo,
making
you
her want to watch this
need
movie.
to watch this movie.
You can come over and watch it tonight, and we'll watch part 2 also because I love.
Oh
part
my
2.
god, yo, part 2, watching as a kid. And man, if you thought you ever had to have braces, fuck that movie.
Yep,
That's all I'm gonna say.
And that's why I never got, and I will never get braces. I don't give a shit. My bottom teeth are crooked as fuck. I don't care. But we will talk about that if we ever watch part 2.
Fucker.
If we ever, yeah.
So, I mean, we both love this movie. I don't think there's anything more we can necessarily fluff about it, but there might be somebody else that could fluff up a little bit more.
Oh, fluff it up, baby.
Yeah. So we're gonna bring in that saucy Aussie, and let's hear what Mr. Kane has to say.
Yeah, baby.
That's all well and good, boys, but Katie's cutting in.
Snip fucking snip.
Well, howdy fucking doody there, gentlemen. It is I, your DKB, here back for another episode of Gore N More, and this week I'm here to talk to you about Poltergeist from 1982. Now, I'll just start off by saying that this came out the same year as The Thing, so you've got these two as a dynamic duo help pushing that horror genre forward, giving it a fucking fantastic name for itself. I mean, this is a fun little film. It's fantastic. It's great stuff. I will say this, though. It does not scare me, but it is fucking entertaining from start to finish. And this is a rare horror film that I find with me personally, that every time I watch it on TV or whenever it shows up on screen, I will sit there and watch it, but yet I will always find something new and different about it, whether it is the fucking cinematography or the actor's performance. It's a rare thing. And I mean, when you got the dynamic duo of Hooper and Spielberg behind this film, director, producer, whatever, there's always going to be these subtle little fucking hints throughout it that you can definitely tell it's a trait from either Hooper or Spielberg. And I also love that as well because it makes me glued to the TV from start to finish. Now, I'll say this, the acting in this film is fucking fantastic. I mean, this family is so absolutely believable. They're really molded together. They care about their characters, and it creates that emotional depth of character development that I really fucking love, as I say, every week. And that's what helps drive and push this story forward. That's the emotional part. We need that with a fucking film like this. Although it is pretty cool to see, the very different creative ways that they were able to conjure up all these variants of different poltergeists. But I understand why they had to use them all, because the twist at the end, the arc of their fucking story comes full circle, and it obviously makes sense and it works extremely well. I'm not taking anything away from this film. I just thought it would be really cool to see one poltergeist terrorize this family. What else? I mean, I think also another big thing about this film that works extremely well is that Hooper and Spielberg can really block out their scenes in the biggest dramatic moments that are needed for this film. And that's what really gives it a gut punch when you're on the edge of your seat in a tense and scary scenario watching this. I mean, it builds that fear and tension for us, the viewer, to fucking sit there and watch this. and it's great. It's great. It gets me every time. And by the time the end credits are rolling, it's a feel good moment, and that's what you want. That's what you want with a film like this. I mean, the cinematography is fantastic. The CGI is a little bit outdated, but it was fucking amazing for its time. Even some of the practical effects stuff, it was great. And the fact that they went full fucking, they actually used real fucking bodies for the corpses in the pool scene. That's method acting to the fucking to the extreme. I will say that. I mean, what else can I say about this film that I haven't already seen? I mean, it's entertaining. It works extremely well for what it is. Anyway, I'm going to have to give this film a Gore N More score of a solid 4. Absolutely. So I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this film, and I will catch you motherfuckers next week. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, Brody Kane. Solid 4. Not gonna lie, I expect a little higher. I know I'm gonna be giving a higher.
Oh, yeah, me too.
This might be. We'll get there.
So,
all right. So
before we do behind the scenes,
yes, which you have behind the scenes, I have behind the scenes, so we are coming fucking fully loaded. But let's talk about what Brody mentioned there.
Yes.
So I mean, he pretty much he feels exactly how we feel.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like we mentioned, the styles of these two directors coming together. Well, director, whatever you want to say. These two Hollywood men.
Goliaths in the film industry.
Exactly. That is a good way to put it. They came in and they made a fantastic family horror movie with just a phenomenal story, phenomenal characters, great. Like, obviously the acting, like Brody said, dude, like acting was great. You really feel for this family.
Even like the background, like the construction workers, they weren't fucking horrible. You know, usually you have like the background actors are just kind of shitty, but
right.
Like they were believable fucking, 1980s, construction workers.
Yeah. They were 1980 cheeseballs, dude.
Yeah.
Like full out. And that might seem like a movie trope, but no, man, those guys really exist. They still exist. I might be one of them. But no, man, like this, there's so many good things about this movie. I don't necessarily think this stuff is, I mean, he said he thought it was a little dated. Granted, it is 82.
Yeah.
I feel like it fits very well with the movie. Like, if they were like, hey, I mean, they did reboot this, and I never watched it or remake it, whatever. But like, let's say if they did a Spielberg thing where they came out with a new version of this with like the updated CGI bullshit, I don't know if I want it. I'd be like, nah, I'm good, dude.
Yeah, because I mean, really, the cheesiest looking effect for me was the protractor. When the protractor got like all up in their face.
Yeah, but I still like that, dude.
No. And that's what I'm saying. I did too. But that's really the only effect that just kind of seemed off. Everything else looked fucking amazing. You know, even the face peeling scene, you can tell it's animatronic, but who gives a fuck? It was fucking awesome.
The first shot of it is very hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I laughed at it. But once he starts peeling that meat, dude, and you just see that shit falling in the sink, disgusting. And before we jump into this, I got to ask, and I don't know if Chad's had in this, but as a paranormal investigator.
Yes, sir.
When the mother and the daughter came out from the end, they were covered in, I don't know, some kind of jelly. Is that either, would you consider that an ectoplasm, or would you consider that like some kind of weird primordial birth?
Like, so it's like, I feel like
essentially like a baby coming out. Like
that's what I was, that's where my mind goes. But as a paranormal investigator, then I go back to like Ghostbusters. It's that ectoplasmic.
But now ectoplasm would necessarily come from the ghosts or poltergeists themselves, in my mind. So it's like, but then again, like if that's a cold ghostly realm, is it made of it? You know what I mean? Like
that's what I assume. I mean, I've never been there, but that's
that shit was nasty. That shit was nasty. That's all. It's chunky.
And it had to have been. It did have to kind of. I mean, because there was a reason that she was like put them
in the water.
Yeah, right. So it had to have maybe some kind of like draining effect or something, or weekend.
Yeah, because how she said they were all attracted to the little girl's life force.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was wondering, if it was like that was yeah, same thing on the absorbency. So do you want to go with your stuff? Do you want
Yeah,
to
let me go with my stuff, because this is, this is where I shine. This is, this
absolutely.
is like a somewhat supernatural Gore and More crossover episode right
Yeah.
here. Because, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that don't know, this is a cursed film. There was a curse. This is Curse of the Poltergeist, part 1. Because if we ever do part 2, I will do part 2. So, like Brody stated, real skeletons were used on set by the prop department. They felt that using real skeletons would give the scene a scarier feel, and real skeletons were cheaper to use at the time.
How fucked is that, dude?
So no one knew until after the scene was filmed that they used real skeletons.
Even
Many people blame the use of the real skeletons as the cause of the curse. Now, when we start talking about the curse, people are like, oh, well, it's just coincidence. Maybe, but maybe not, because listen to this. One of the incidents that occurred was an almost clown strangulation. So Oliver Robbins was almost strangled to death while shooting the clown scene in the film. The animatronic malfunctioned and squeezed tightly around his neck. If it wasn't for Steven Spielberg intervening, he may have died. They thought he was just doing such a good job acting. They paid no shit, but Spielberg realized, oh shit, this kid's going blue, and jumped out of his chair to go take the fucking animatronic off of him.
Yeah,
Coincidence? Coincidence? Maybe. But speaking of strangulations, the curse continues. So on the day before Halloween in 1982, actress Dominique Dunn, only 22 years old, was strangled by her ex-boyfriend and left for dead in her driveway of her West Hollywood home just 4 months after the release of Poltergeist. She was placed in ICU in a coma and died 5 days later. Her murderer only spent 3 years in jail for voluntary manslaughter.
What?
Yeah, 3 years in jail. That's it. That's all he spent.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. So they had an argument, don't know about what, and he fucking just strangled her in the damn driveway of her home. But another death, and probably the most tragic death, and this didn't happen until after they had got done filming part 3, but it's still attributed to the use of the skeletons in the original film, because that is where the curse started. So Heather O'Rourke, she died at the age of 12. Those of you that knows Carol Ann. Heather fell ill with what appeared to be flu-like symptoms. She collapsed at home the following day and was rushed to the hospital. She suffered a cardiac arrest, but doctors were able to revive her. And then doctors diagnosed her with intestinal stenosis, a partial obstruction of the intestine. She underwent surgery, but went into cardiac arrest again in recovery, and doctors were unable to save her. She passed away in February 1988, just weeks after her 12th birthday. And it was later reported she died from congenital stenosis and septic shock. So somebody taken way too young. And like I said, this is again attributed to the curse of the poltergeist. Also, Lou Perryman was another tragic death. He played Pugsley, which was one of the construction workers in the film, and was murdered by a convict that had been released from prison.
Yes, I do know this one. Yeah.
He was hacked to death with an axe.
How fucked was that? How fucked is that, dude?
He was 67 years old when he died. The man that killed him said he was on a bender and did not remember killing him, but supposedly killed him for his prescription medication or something. Now, this is close call. This actor did not die, but some fucked up shit happened. So actor Richard Lawson played one of the parapsychologists, Ryan, in the original film, and he came close to becoming another victim of the curse in 1992. He was involved in a terrifying plane crash in 1992 when the U.S. Air Flight 405 crashed into New York's Flushing Bay en route to Cleveland, Ohio. The crash claimed the lives of 27 of the 51 passengers, but Lawson was among the survivors. Now get this shit. His luck was with him that day. He was upgraded to first class. Okay? He was upgraded to first class. The person that was sitting in the seat he was supposed to be in died. Had he not been upgraded to first class, he would have died.
What?
Yeah. So Lawson went on. He went on,
Jesus.
and he is now part of showbiz royalty as he married Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, in 2015.
Good for him.
Yeah. So, and then the last one that I have here. So Zelda Rubinstein, Tangia, had a strange occurrence on set while people were trying to photograph her or film her on camera. There was this light that kept blurring out her face. And
Like frailty?
it was in like frailty. So it was later revealed that at the time that this was occurring, her mom passed away.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah. And
Jesus.
passed away at the same time that phenomenon took place. That's all I have for the curse. There's a lot more. There's so much more. I could have gone down a rabbit hole, but this is everything for part 1. Like I said,
I mean, this is a fantastic series, and I can't speak for the other boys, and obviously, but I would say there's a good chance we could easily cover 2 and 3 down the road at some point.
Yeah.
So,
and we'll cover more of the curse then, because the curse in part 2 steps it up a notch. And there was even an exorcism on the set of part 2.
Oh, damn. Nice.
Yes, sir.
Well, we'll keep that in mind for a future episode. All right. So for the Chad Daddies behind the scenes, Heather O'Rourke kept the pet goldfish Carol Ann had in the film.
Nice.
That's cool. I mean, it's good they just didn't flush it like the fucking random dead bird that the mom wanted to do.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, would you have tried to flush a bird?
I would not have tried to flush a bird.
Nah, man.
No. I would have thrown it in the trash can.
Fair.
Fair.
The Danny DeVito way, just throw me in the trash, man. Don't waste time with it.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I get that shit, dude. Absolutely. No, my wife was like, at least put it in a box. And then it was her putting it in the box after the fact. It was like, oh, okay. Brody, yes, there is a Cursed Films episode on Shudder.
Yep.
Couple episodes of it, but I think there's one specific for Poltergeist. All right, so this film and E.T., also from 1982, are famously close to one another. Both movies were filmed in close proximity, and both were the creative vision of Steven Spielberg. In fact, they originally stated out that the film called Night Skies about a family in the countryside being terrorized by evil aliens. However, one of these aliens would befriend the family's youngest child, would turn on its own kind to protect the family. Due to the troubles with severe tonal clashes, it was decided to split the concepts of an alien befriending a child and a family being terrorized by supernatural forces into 2 separate films. So, I'm glad I got to read that. There is actually this is a way more somewhat supernatural thing here. But have you ever heard about the story of the actual family that was getting attacked by aliens all night long?
No.
And they actually barricade, yeah. So, oh my God, dude, I'll look it up for you, man. I think it would be a great episode to cover. But there's actually there's full on reports, but these things were saying they were getting attacked all night long by these 3 to 4 foot gray creatures with 3 fingers with massive claws that were crawling all over the roof and on the ceiling, under their porch and shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, it's oh man, dude. I love the cryptid and scary shit too, dude. But that was actually, I say it with big quotes, but that was supposedly a story. And I want to say from the, when was UFO boom? 1950.
The 50s. Yeah, some 50s.
So I want to say this might be around then, 55, maybe 57. 57 rings a bell. Oh, thank you, Ben. They covered it 50 States of Terror. All right, sweet. Check out that podcast. They are Kaylee and her husband who do awesome
Anthony,
things.
Yeah. He said they called it a goblin or something. I don't know. Is it the same thing though?
So the one I remember reading about and everything, it was they thought they were aliens, or at least that's what they called them spacemen or something, because they didn't really know what the hell they were. But I heard it on I believe it was a Bigfoot podcast. So then I went in from, you know what I mean? It was, I don't know. It was one of those random ones.
I saw this really fucking crazy TikTok video, and you got to take it with a grain of salt whenever you see it on social media. But
absolutely,
this guy's calling 911 and he's on the phone and he sounds frantic as shit. And he's like, there's this fucking gray thing in my backyard. It looks like a fucking gargoyle. It's moving. Like I can see it. Like I'm looking at it right now. I'm filming it right now. And you see this thing like creeping through the grass that looks like just like a stone gargoyle, but it's like moving and shit. It's fucking weird. And like I don't know if it was like somebody just joking around and like, you know, they're making like this, you know, film or whatever. But dude, it creeped me the fuck out. Like it was intense. I was like, wow, if this is a
Oh, yeah,
movie
dude.
or something they're doing for a movie, bravo, because this was fucking great.
Hell yeah. All right. So both of the terrors that plague Robbie came from Steven Spielberg's own fear as a child, a fear of clowns, which is a lot of people's,
Yeah.
and a tree outside of his window, which, yo, man, that is a whomping willow if I've ever known one. And that's one for your Harry Potter nerds out there.
Yeah, buddy. And then the way it got sucked away too was just like, okay.
That was Wizard of Oz shit, dude. I was like, whoa, what was it? But I liked how it was eating him. Like,
yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah, it was fucking, yeah. How do you explain that? Like,
because my head, I was just like, all right, Evil Dead. Like,
yeah,
exactly. From raping to eating. Like, all right, I guess eating's not as bad.
Yeah. And that clown, dude, that clown scared a shitload of people back in the day because that was not a prop. That was a fucking toy that was sold in stores.
Was it?
That they used for that they used for the movie. So after the movie came out, people were like, oh, fuck this. Chad Daddy!
Do we have anybody? Maybe? He looks perturbed. He's in the green, though.
He is in the green.
So it's not his internet, it's the computer.
We're going to have to buy him a new computer.
Right? Yo, man. OnlyFans. Here we go.
Yeah, buddy. Hop on.
Gore N More OnlyFans. Get a picture of a host, a new picture of a different host every week.
Yeah, buddy.
We wouldn't do that to you guys.
So Ben says his mom bought him that clown after they saw the movie.
Did your mom hate you?
That's fucked up.
I'm sorry, Ben.
It's kind of like something I would do.
I mean, yeah. Fair. All right. During all the horrors that proceeded while filming Poltergeist, only one scene really scared Heather O'Rourke, and that is when she had to hold on to the headboard during the wind machine while it blew the toys into the closet behind her. The young actress fell apart. Producer Steven Spielberg stopped everything, took her in his arms, and said that she would not have to do that scene again. I could see that being traumatizing as fuck, dude, for a little kid. Like, oh, man. You tied it to a chair, Ben. I would have, too. I would have belted that shit, dude. All right. Drew Barrymore was considered for the role of Carol Ann. Excuse me. But producer Steven Spielberg wanted someone more angelic. Wow. It's kind of
dang, more angelic than little kid Drew Barrymore?
Dude, how? All right, let me finish this. It was Barrymore's audition for this role, however, that landed her the part of Gertie in E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Now, this is where, dude, child acting in general, there is a lot of shit that is absolutely fucked about it.
Yeah.
And right there, could you imagine telling your kid, be like, yo, you didn't get the job because he didn't think you were angelic enough? You're not going to tell your kid that, but it's like, what do you tell your kid? You know what I mean? Like,
you don't tell your kid anything because they probably don't give a shit anyways. You know what I mean? Because unless they're like a little older, I don't think somebody that age really gives a shit if they got the role or not. That would be more the parents. Oh, you know.
Well, that's the other thing though, is the parents putting these kids in that. You know, I don't know, man.
No.
It's always interesting to talk about that kind of shit. At least for I think it is. Let's see. James Caron at the time was also the commercial spokesman for Pathmark Supermarkets. He received hate mail from the people saying that they never shop there again because of his character's treatment of the Freelings.
Oh,
damn, that's pretty fucked. There's a jump cut from the scene where Diane is explaining to Stephen about the feeling where you get from the spirit pulls you across the floor. The scene jumps mid-sentence to the scene where they are both in the neighbor's doorstep again in mid-sentence. The reason for this cut was because in the original scene, Steven says how he hates Pizza Hut. The scene was edited rather crudely after Pizza Hut took offense.
Fuck him.
Yeah, but dude, Pizza Hut was such a huge, like,
yeah, but back then, yeah.
What the fuck?
80s
dude?
Pizza Hut was the shit.
Bro.
So Brody says, no, I didn't buy haunted dolls. I am being given 3 haunted dolls, Brody. So we'll see how that goes when they get here.
Homie, you better put some fucking rosary beads on them bitches or something like that.
No. I'm gonna put them here with all my other haunted objects that I have because they're.
Well, you have other haunted objects?
Yeah, I got a whole little section.
I did not know this.
I do. Yeah. I mean,
All right.
it comes with the territory, man. Like,
No, that's fair. That's fair.
you
You're
know,
right.
like, let me see.
All right. So while you're looking for that, Heather O'Rourke was chosen for the film when she was eating lunch with her mother and sister at MGM Commissionary. Spielberg came up to them and wanted O'Rourke for the part of Carol Ann. She initially failed the screen test because she kept laughing her way through the audition, even though she was supposed to be afraid. I feel that.
Yeah.
Spielberg thought she was too young to take on the part seriously, but he still recognized something special in her. So he asked her to come back for another audition, and this time bring a scary storybook with her. He also asked her to scream. So she screamed and screamed until she started crying. That audition there got her cast as Carol Ann.
Nice.
All right. This film was originally given an R rating, but filmmakers protested successfully and got a PG rating. The PG-13 did not exist at the time. This would have easily got a PG-13
Yep.
had it existed. It's so funny, dude. Like it was just PG and R. You know what I mean? Like that was just such a fine line at that point.
Yeah, there was just such a big gap. They were like, fuck it. It doesn't show any titties. It's PG.
Yeah, right. If it doesn't say fuck or titties, which even still, that begs the question of Howard the Duck, because we got duck titties. And that was definitely PG.
Yeah, but I don't think duck titties,
but it was still duck titties, dude. Like, did you need duck titties? No. Has Marvel ever given us duck titties since then? Fuck no. So, 80s, once again, dude. Just a crazy fucking place. All right. Spielberg hired Hooper after being impressed with his work on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But according to rumors and personal accounts, Spielberg ended up directing most of the film. Oh. All right, then. Spielberg worked on this film and E.T. literally back-to-back. Principal photography on Poltergeist ended in August of 1981. Then Spielberg took a few weeks off and began E.T., while Hooper spent 10 weeks in the editing room completing his initial cut. Spielberg did supervise the visual effects for both films simultaneously. God damn, dude. Like that must have been a busy fucking year, dude.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking work, man.
Right? Which were produced at Industrial Light and Magic and supervision of Robert Edlund and Dennis Mirren. Once post-production work on Poltergeist began in 1982, Spielberg was in total control. He was responsible for the final edit of the film. And then, let's see. So then let's go to Poltergeist and E.T. opened to theaters nationwide only a week behind each other during the summer of 1982. Poltergeist on June 4th and E.T. 1 week later on June 11th. Spielberg later said, if E.T. was a whisper, Poltergeist was a scream.
Yeah, buddy.
I might get some hate on this, but I know Heather said it earlier and I agree. I don't like E.T. I never cared for it, dude. I don't know.
I mean, I haven't watched it in a long time, but I mean, it was one of those films that I watched as a kid all the time. But you know what I noticed about, because, everybody always notices, oh, Yoda was an E.T. Cool. There was a lot of Star Wars shit in Poltergeist. Did you notice all the Star Wars shit?
Oh, bro, that whole room was like covered in Star Wars.
Man. And I used to have that Darth Vader poster.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm thinking to myself, where the fuck did I put that? Because it was the same exact fucking Darth Vader poster, and I don't know where the fuck it is now.
So, goddamn, dude. Chad Daddy's got a lot of notes on here. But let me skip some here. Let's see. The hands which pull off the flesh off the investigator's face in the bathroom mirror were the film's producers, Steven Spielberg's. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Spielberg and Kahn edited this film instead of E.T. because Spielberg felt Poltergeist would be harder to edit. Probably, maybe.
Yeah, I mean there was a lot more
special effects wise.
Well, maybe special effects wise, and
there's a lot more practical effects in E.T. Obviously, you know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah. But I mean, E.T. was just kind of like a straightforward family film. Maybe he wanted this edited to get those fucking scares in this movie.
That's true. Zelda Rubinstein was a medium and psychic in real life. This may have had to do a lot with why she got the part in the first place. All right. Let's see. And we got there's a few big ones. and one of the few Steven Spielberg films to not feature music from John Williams. That would have been interesting to have a John Williams score on this. All right. And last but not least, this film and E.T. were filmed in 20 minutes with each other. So right down the fucking road.
Right down the road.
All this music, all this magic was happening. All righty. I think that's enough behind the scenes shit. I think it's time to discuss our question, sir. So what format did you watch this on, buddy?
So I was going to watch it on my beautiful DVD that I have here, but I ended up watching it on HBO Max because I wanted that clear quality, and it gave it to me.
Fair enough. I actually tried watching it on Shudder, but Shudder did not want to fucking load anything yesterday. I don't know why. I hope somebody's listening. Go fucking fix your shit. At least on Xbox, it wasn't fucking loading. But so I also watched it on HBO Max. So thank you, HBO, for that.
Yes, thank you.
And it was deliciously clean. That's all I could say about that. It's if you have HBO Max and you haven't watched this movie in a long time, go fucking treat yourself.
Yep.
It's one of those ones, dude, that's like, if you haven't watched in a long time, man, really go watch it. And like, you won't be disappointed.
It's like watching it for the first time again.
It really is. Like, I've only met one person in my entire life that said they did not like this movie. And I didn't even know how to take it.
Was it male or female?
Female.
May she have diarrhea the rest of her days.
She's still a friend, but I didn't know how to, like I said, I showed this to my buddy and he was dating his now wife at the time, girlfriend. And him and I were like, he's my horror buddy that I do all this shit with. But he's never seen Poltergeist, man. And I was like, you've never seen fucking Poltergeist? So this is for you kids out there. Blockbuster was a thing. So we actually would fucking try it. We fucking went around the corner to Blockbuster and I was like, yo, you rent what horror movie you want me to watch, and I'm gonna rent I'll rent Poltergeist because I want to still watch that. And we watched it, we got done with it, and I looked at them both and I was like, huh? And he was like, I fucking loved it. She's like, I hated that. And I was like, what? Did we watch the same movie? But we call them. Oh man, you're right. Some people just don't like nice things. Alrighty, so douche of the film. Oh man,
the fucking his boss, Steven's boss,
owner. What the hell was his name?
I don't remember.
Oh my goodness.
From fucking
was it James Karen, Mr. T?
From the Return of the Living Dead.
Yes, sir, Mr. T. He was the douche. And why was he the douche? Because he didn't remove the bodies.
You didn't move the bodies.
I love that fucking line.
Yeah.
Just fucking shaking the shit out of him. Like fucking, you almost want to slap. You know what I mean? Just like,
just fucking slap him.
Oh, it would have made that scene just that much better. Favorite kill. Well, we can't do that.
Yeah, we can't do that one because died. Kill. Yeah, no,
so,
not at all.
This is one of the ones that we can't.
You know what? My favorite kill was the tree getting killed by the tornado.
Well, okay. I was gonna say, you know what we could change it to would be like the favorite scariest moment, maybe.
Okay, we can do that. I'm gonna say you go first because I gotta think.
Face scene for me for scariest.
Okay. I'm gonna go clown scene.
Ooh,
I'm going clown scene, man. I have.
Is it intense, man? They had that shit up the whole fucking movie until they got to that.
Especially knowing that he fucking almost died in real life because of that. That makes it even scarier.
That is pretty fucked. Ooh. All right. That'll be my follow-up on that one.
All right.
I think we might get Chad coming in. He looks like he's still kind of frozen. He looks like he's still
bogging in the yellow.
Yeah. All right. So best scene. For me, I already said it, but I'm gonna have to say it again, dude. And it's the full where the poltergeist is coming down the stairwell and you get all the equipment chirping in. I don't know what it is, man, but for me, that felt very Ghostbusters kind of like that whole scene. And I just like the cinematography of it. I like the idea that we're watching a camera film a camera. I don't know why. With that fucking, I'm just like, yo, man, here's Spielberg filming a camera. And it looks beautiful. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go opposite of your beautiful ghost, and I'm gonna
Okay.
go the scene where Craig T. Nelson's holding the fucking rope, and Tangia says not yet, and he pulls anyway, and that fucking giant
Oh
skeleton
yeah, the
head
Evil
just
Dead
fucking
2 head, dude.
yeah, just pops out of the fucking closet and is like, because
So
that terrified me.
the fact that okay, with the ghost scene, with that weird like ghost in front of the door when the mom's trying to come.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, man, I love me some GB, but they totally ripped the fucking.
Yeah,
They ripped that growl for the terror dog, dude. And
yeah,
I was just like, oh, that's the terror dog growl. I was like, what
yeah.
the fuck? And yeah, 100%, dude. I've heard that way too many times to not know that shit. And I was just like, God damn, dude. So there, and it kind of makes me wonder, like, did that giant head, did Evil Dead 2 get it from this? You know what I mean? Because Evil Dead 2 is what,
Yeah.
86? So you never know, man.
Maybe.
Like a lot of ideas can ride off each other. But yeah, that was a great dude. That was a good jump scare, actually,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, because
That
that
was
son of a bitch
fantastic.
came out of nowhere. It was like,
Yeah, he
oh
did.
my god!
You're not expecting giant
Because-
face.
Well, I mean, because you're thinking it's a door. The way they say it's the door. So I'm thinking this is the entrance only, and the exit's downstairs. Nothing's gonna fucking come out of. And then this fucking face was there, and it was like, oh my god, I'm going down.
The only way that you could have made that scene even cooler, not that it wasn't fucking amazing as it is, if you had like two giant hands come out first, like
yeah, and then yeah,
like that,
that'd have been
that'd be
fucking
a little
cool.
fucked. But not hating on what we got by any fucking
No, not at all, not at all.
All right, opening scene hook you in?
I don't know about hooking me in, but I was interested.
I'm trying to even remember the opening scene. It doesn't really anything, right? It was just kind of setting the family tone.
Just setting the family tone. I mean, you get
there wasn't
this.
anything scary happening in the beginning per se. Like just
Like as you think you're getting this wholesome family film.
oh, especially with the score going on right there,
Yeah.
because you get this nice little like bouncy kind of just intro music, and you get that at the end too, which is kind of like a nice like it's a little bit more dramatic when it pans out at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah. It was a soft hook.
Yeah.
It wasn't as like you know what I mean, because like I don't think it instantaneously grabs you, and it's just like you're like, oh, here's this nice, charming suburban, family of 2.5 kids,
Yeah.
living in 1980s. I don't know what do you want to call that?
Suburbia.
Yeah, but what is it called when they make all the houses the same? I'm fucking brain farting on it, dude. Anyways, I was gonna say the projects, but it's like, no, that is not the project.
No, not projects. Like
project,
development.
like
a
yeah,
development,
housing development areas, whatever.
Yeah.
Cookie cutter. Thank you, Ben. That works. That's fine. But no, man, like this, like I said, the nice cheerful music, it brings you in. Here you got Coach. You're like,
Yeah,
Coach
yeah, fuck
Nelson,
yeah.
all right, dude. Like, how do you not like that, man? Mom is just delicious as hell.
Mhm.
And she smokes weed, so she's definitely like an A+ on my block. Dude, and then just get a nice little house. This dude's like working hard for his family, selling the thing, like he's got a sweet gig. Like it's a good setup, man. Like they set up the family really well. Like I said, I would say it hooked me in for the most part.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So let's see. Most attractive character.
The mom. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
When she was in the bathtub, I was like,
Was it the
yummy.
bathtub, or was it for me? I think it was the red jersey.
Oh, the red jersey too. Oh,
the red jersey was very nice. Chad Daddy, do we got you?
I don't think we got him.
We might have him.
He's full green. He's full green. I don't understand.
He is full green. But he's checking his other laptop. All right. Yeah, me too. She is just an absolute smoke show. Now, was it you or was it Shad Daddy that brought up last episode about the weird age discretion between the potential parents and stuff?
No, I don't think I said anything.
It might have been Shad Daddy then, because I did notice it. And when he was talking to the paranormal investigators at the college, he said his wife is 32. Well, his daughter, I would say, was probably about
16.
16.
Yeah, she was 16.
So here's the thing. I don't know if she's technically her daughter. I wonder if Craig T. Nelson had. I could be wrong. I could be way wrong. But I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
well, how old was Craig T. Nelson in 82?
He never says.
Huh.
Well, yeah, but you don't know if he's supposed to play a person who's a certain age or if he just is his age.
Well, yeah, because the girl that played the 16-year-old, she was 21 at the time.
Right.
So she was a 21-year-old.
Really base it off of that.
Yeah.
But like, I'm saying like Craig T. Nelson may be hitting, like, he might be 40 in this.
He's 78 right now.
I don't want to do math, dude. You do math. Fuck
So
it.
40 years ago,
he would have been 38.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it works.
No, that's not too bad. That's only a 6 years difference.
But you got to remember too, if she was 32 and the daughter was 16, that means he was in his 20s.
Correct. Now, I'm not condoning it by any means because things.
But it was a different time. It was a different time.
But that was 70s.
Yeah.
You got to figure that happened.
Yeah.
Well, no, because if this is 82, so you got to go 16 years. This was 60s. So yeah, dude.
Yeah, different
Come
time.
on,
Different
bro.
time.
Yeah, everybody's fucked up on drugs at that fucking point. Chad Daddy looked like he was in a fucking like rap mode. Like,
I know, right?
What's up?
So
homie?
what you want? What you want?
Yeah. All righty. It's a good episode. This is fun. All right. So score set the mood. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Fantastic, dude. It's catchy, dude. Like, yeah. Yeah, you know it, dude. You hear it. You might not know it right off the bat, but if you heard it, you're like, I know that. And then somebody's like Poltergeist, and you're like, yes. Like,
see, and this is something you could play that song for somebody that's never seen the movie, and it sounds like this wholesome little lullaby thing, but then you show them the movie and they're like, oh, what the fuck?
I also feel like it would be very fitting for Freddy.
Oh yeah.
Just
in
my personal thoughts. So best song, I don't really know if there was any.
I don't think there was.
The one gentleman was listening to something in his headphones that you heard for a brief second, but I do not know what it fucking was. I tried listening to it, but
I would just say the Poltergeist theme is probably the best song on it. Yeah.
You know what? I'll agree with you on that, homie. We'll go with that. Favorite character? Dude,
Tangia.
The little psychic, yeah.
Tangia.
Come on, man. How do you come on?
I fucking loved her. She was like, I always wanted to meet her in real life.
Right?
I was super sad when she fucking died. But
She's so
because, you know, knowing that she actually was a psychic medium and, you know, like the shit that she was portraying, she actually did in real life. So she was just always somebody that I kind of looked up to, you know?
Well,
and yeah.
And she had one of the best lines. And you know what it was, dude? And you probably do. It was in the bedroom when the mom was like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm going in after." And she's like, "No." She's like,
she's not gonna know you.
She's like, "You're not gonna know you." She's like, "You've never done this before." And then she's like, "You're right. You go." And I'm like, like, here is a terrifying moment in this movie.
Yeah.
It is absolutely like this woman is about to. Yeah, this woman is about to go through a fucking ghost portal to try to potentially find her daughter. She has no idea what's on the other side, and just had to throw that. It was fantastic. I love it.
Hey, look, we have a viewer from the Ukraine. How's it going? Hello.
Oh, what's up, sir? How you doing?
I would try to pronounce it. I would try to pronounce your name, but I don't want to.
I'm not going to go with the last one because you know what's sad is I'm Ukrainian, but I'm not that. Yeah, I can't say it. I can't speak it. We're fucking shit, dude. Just the last name. Righty. So,
was it scary?
Yes, honestly.
Yeah.
I think it's for a multitude of reasons. I think as a child, and I know personally, scared the shit out of me, dude.
Yep,
scared the shit out of me. As a father now, absolutely also scares the shit out of me. For totally different reasons, because I could never imagine losing my child in a situation like that and being completely fucking helpless not, you know what I mean? It's like, it's one thing to like see your kid die off in a horror movie, like,
Yeah.
you know, they're dead, whatever. But like, she's not dead.
Yeah. She's just there and you can't reach her.
Yeah. She's in the ether and she's screaming for help. And she's all, you know what I mean? Like, how did, like, that breaks you as a parent. You can't, that internally, that's like, you're just fighting it the whole time because you want to do something and
Yeah.
you can't. And yeah, that's absolutely fucking terrifying. I honestly think, and it's funny, man, as out of all the horror movies we usually watch, we usually never say it's scary. But this one being a PG movie,
Yeah.
but I mean,
it's
like,
scary.
dude, look at the powerhouse behind it. It's a scary fucking movie, man.
Mhm.
And to know the shit they actually went into it, the fact that they use like real skeletons or anything. Like,
Yeah,
that's fucked up, dude.
that's even scarier. And then like knowing the curse that's behind this film, like, yeah, man, all the way around, this is just a scary film.
When Brody said true method acting to its finest, I fucking lost it, dude. Not that you
I did
guys
too.
can
I
see us
started
behind
laughing.
this
Yeah.
thing, but
I started
Steve and
laughing.
I were watching each other just die, dude. I was like, oh, fantastic.
That's method propping right there.
Oh, right, dude. Alrighty, so let's see. How does it hold up today? I think fantastic.
It's great. Yeah. Fucking, I mean, with the exception of, some of the things that occurred as far as like, the
Some
way
of
that,
okay, some of the effects wise, like the matte
Yeah.
screening kind of shit, whatever,
Yeah.
like if you want to call it that, or superimposed stuff to newer kids and everything, yeah, it'd probably look hoaxy and kind of funny.
Yeah.
But
it totally fucking holds up. And it's way better than the
yeah.
fucking remake.
Which I have yet to see. I don't know if I want to, honestly.
I
don't even know if
haven't
it's
seen
worth
it in a long time. I don't remember if
What was
I
that, like
liked it or not.
2014,
14 or
2016?
15. I think it was
Yeah.
15. Yeah.
I was
But
gonna say, I
it's
knew
been
it
a
was in the
while.
mid somewhere on there.
I think I
All
only
right,
saw it once, so that should say enough about that.
fair enough. How was the acting?
Fucking perfection. Everybody was a great actor in that film, even Carol Ann. Like, there's a lot of child actors that just really can't pull it off, and fucking perfection, man. Perfection. Heather O'Rourke did a great job.
Yeah, I agree. 100%, Steve. It's nobody did bad in this film. Everybody, like, you felt for everybody. The only person I feel like besides like the actual one who is the douche, is like I could care less about the 16-year-old daughter, just
Yeah.
because like, meh. She
Yeah.
was annoying and she was just off horning it up anyways the whole fucking time. Like, but whatever. But you know what? At the same time, maybe it was the mom, and maybe it's just, apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Maybe.
Maybe that's just how it is. All right. So cinematography.
I absolutely loved this one scene, and it just, when she's in the hallway looking down and the hallway just elongates as she's staring at the door. I thought that scene was just fucking great. I don't know what it was. You hear your kids screaming, and then like just tunnel vision fucking set in, and this hallway just elongated. You see the red around the door. I thought it was great. I mean, it's Spielberg and Toby Hooper. Like, how can you not just love the cinematography in
Oh,
the
dude,
film?
everything's great on it. Was it the elongated scene? Is that what you were just mentioning?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else was that in? Was that Shining that they did that in? I mean, there's probably
They've done it in a
few,
lot. They've done it in a lot of different
but I
movies.
always
but
loved that shot though.
Yeah,
Like, that is
yeah.
just because that is a weird, like, paranoia-esque, just like mind fuck for sure.
Yeah.
I wish we got more of that. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, we got the face. I mean, dude, if you thought you were peeling off your own fucking face and then you snapped out of it, that's pretty fucked.
Yeah.
I've
mean,
done some hardcore shrooms, dude, and I've never gone to that fucking level.
And
you know what I mean?
that scene was shot so great too, because you really don't see like it cut, like the cut was just so like seamless. Like, it was great because he's there peeling off his face and then he's snaps out of it, and you're like, damn, that was shot good. Like, it was such a good fucking shot.
Oh yeah. Brody says that shot feels like a reference to Jaws. You're right, dude. Right on when Brody sees it on the fucking beach and it's just the fucking
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. I haven't watched Jaws in a minute, dude. It is summertime. It's about that time. Like, I was getting in the mood to watch. You ever get that, dude? You get in the
There's
mood
certain times of the year.
seasonally.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have my seasonal films. I do.
Like, I don't want to watch Christmas horrors. You know what I mean? Like,
Nope.
but that's more specific.
Yeah.
But Jaws to me is like, yo, you get that nice summertime vibe. Like that's where I want to set up the projector in the pool and float in the pool while I'm watching Jaws. You know what I mean?
So
Like
the water park that we have here in Corpus, they do
they
summer
do that.
movies, and
Yeah.
they Jaws is one of the ones that they show. And I went one time and I sat there in a fucking tube in the wave pool, fucking watching Jaws.
Now,
It was
see,
badass.
now here's my problem with that, dude. And it's like, I'm not trying to be like, I'm not a germaphobe by any means,
Yeah,
but I hate fucking wave pools, dude. I just don't like public pools. They're fucking
Yeah.
gross, dude.
Yeah, they
Because
are,
I'm
but-
just like, it's one thing if you get there and there's like only like, you know, a handful of people in there. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
But when there's just masses of people just standing there, I'm like, ew. Nope.
yeah. Well,
I'll go to a slide. Everybody's like, it's the same water. I'm like, no, dude, that slide, that shit's fucking moving constantly.
yeah,
It's
moving
pumping.
constantly. Yep.
That pool, I don't care how much that wave is pushing that shit. There's too many people.
There's
and
still
it's
PP in
dead.
it.
Yeah, dude. Listen, man, you know what scarred me? This is full side note, but when I was a kid in a wave pool and I was swimming one time when I was under the water and I floated right into a Band-Aid. And from that fucking moment, I was like,
Oh no.
done. I fucking got, I literally like, stood straight up anime style and walked right the fuck out. It's like, nope, I am forever done with fucking wave. Thank you, Ben. There's just gallons upon gallons of pee.
Yeah.
That's the pH that they're looking for, dude. As long as the P doesn't go too high over the H,
Yeah, you know,
you're
it's
okay.
sterile, whatever.
I don't care how. No, we're not getting stung by jellyfish here, dude. I'm
Oh
good. Like,
shit.
all right, so cinematography, fan fucking tastic.
Yep.
Premise,
Loved it. I mean,
Bro.
come on.
that's what Steve does in his hobby. Dude.
Yeah, buddy. And I have
Those-
yet to encounter a poltergeist. I will fucking will one day, I hope.
dude.
I hope.
Like, just some. Okay, not like obviously the crazy shit, but just the light shit of like you get in the beginning with the tables and chairs.
Yeah.
That shit would be so fun to
Now,
experience.
I
dude.
have
Like,
witnessed things moving on their
Right,
own,
right, right.
but I want full fucking poltergeist activity.
You
know
want
what I mean?
you want tired Craig Nelson to be like, shut the fuck up and just
and
look
open
at
the
this."
door and not,
yeah,
oh my god, we're famous.
right.
That's what I want.
You want to see Hulk coming in on a fucking unicorn, being like, "Hey,
Like,
what's up?"
hey,
You're like,
hey,
"What the
guys."
fuck?" That's where like the kid in me would be like, "Oh man, dude, what else can I throw in here?"
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
throw it
Like, I don't.
Let
Yeah.
me throw in this Optimus Prime.
It's like a juggling fucking thing at that point. All right, so recycle, rewind, remake, or reboot, dude.
Rewind.
I'm fucking rewinding this
Rewind
every
every day.
goddamn day.
Yep. Yep.
I don't even know why they remade this. I should probably watch the remake just to see, but it probably feels like it's one of the, to me, watching the trailer, it feels like one of those 2000, even though it's later 2000s, it still feels like they let's put a dark filter on it, and it's gonna have some like Conjuring vibes kind of
It's
to it.
a
and
lot.
It's like,
I mean,
ah,
it's like an updated version of this movie. There's a lot of the same shit that they fucking just redo, and
right, but like the
I
first
wouldn't
one's so
mind.
good.
I would not mind
Why?
a reboot. I would not mind a
So
reboot,
continuation.
like a part 4-ish per se.
Where do you go with it?
Well, I mean, it's been years since everything happened, and of course, you would have to get a different actress to play Carol Ann. But maybe now she's a mom, and things are starting to happen to her kids.
So in the new one, because obviously we still had, flat screen TVs, like, did the girl get sucked into the flat screen TV?
I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember.
All right. I might have to check. I wonder if that's on HBO as well. Sometimes they usually have that shit in like conjunction.
I think it
but-
is. I want to say it is. Brody says,
Brody
remake
says-
this shit produced
Produced
by
by
Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi. But see, here's the problem. Sometimes you can say produced by, but that doesn't necessarily mean they had a hand in it.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with it, is like, because they'll put the name on it because they know the name will move it.
Yeah.
But I mean, how many times did they do that? Wes Craven presents, and you're like, "Ooh, it's a Wes Craven movie." No,
it
no.
was not.
Not even
Yeah.
fucking close to a Wes Craven movie, and not even all Wes Craven movies were that great. I know that's blasphemy, to maybe say, but
It's not blasphemy.
Nah,
They're not all bangers. They can't all
No,
be bangers.
they're not. That's why you keep trying it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
All righty. So yeah, I'm just rewinding this for days, dude. I don't see any particular reason to remake, reboot, or any of this. I mean, maybe reboot. Maybe you can pull a Dr. Sleep mode with it, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Carol
Yeah.
Ann's
I mean, like I said,
Carol
I
Ann's
would
the
love
mom now, or
I would love a
Or-
story where it's a continuation and maybe like,
Or maybe Carol Ann's the new psychic in it. Maybe she's not brought in till later on because this new family's dealing with shit, and then they start looking up and they find this girl's story on the internet. So they're, who the fuck knows? Whatever, dude.
Yeah.
You could go with
it could
I can
work.
see it.
It could work.
All right, man, let's rate this bitch. So Brody gave us a solid 4. Chad Daddy wrote us in, and I believe he gave us a 4.5.
All right.
Let me check. Let me just double check. I don't want to screw up Chad's score here. Yes, solid 4.5. All right,
I'm giving it a 5. Flat out
man.
5. I love it. Love it. Love it. Nothing
All right.
wrong with this movie at all.
And you know what? I am agreeing because, dude, like I know we've been talking about it for this fucking hour and a half, but it's a fantastic fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. It's one of those ones that I always kind of forget how much I love it.
Yeah. And if the girlfriend comes over tonight, I'm gonna watch it again. That's how that's how not bad this movie is. I fucking love it.
We didn't get one from Bob, so that's okay. So we're gonna divide this bitch by 4. Yeah, so that gives us a Gore N More score of a 4.6.
Yeah,
for
buddy.
1982's Poltergeist. I am gonna text that to the Chad Daddy right now. So that takes us into what we are reviewing next week, and that will be a Mr. Bobby Amone pick, and that is the movie Ticks.
Nice.
So
We're gonna get
a little creepy crawly next week. I believe this is the one when we talked about it last week, and I already forgot, but I think this is the one that has Seth Green in it. A very young Seth Green, dude. Like,
nice.
Let me see, Ticks movie, 1993 film. Yep, Seth Green plays Tyler Burns. You can watch this bitch on Roku channel, Pluto, Tubi. Sweet, dude. It's free on everything.
Nice.
Amazon, Vudu. So, yes, everybody listening right now, watch the movie Ticks and fucking be ready for next week.
And like I said, boys, I will not be joining y'all next Monday. It is Grandma's 93rd birthday, but I will be sending in a video.
Hell yeah. So let's hope Bob and Chad will be good here because I ain't running this shit solo.
If worse comes to worse, I'll do it from my car. If worse comes to worse.
No. We'll fucking get this situated. We got a whole week to figure out Chaddy's situation, and Bob's was an up and couple moments, so hopefully he won't have the same issue. But seeing that we are done here with the movie talk, I don't have anything nerdy this week, buddy. So.
I have nothing nerdy either, man.
Sweet, man. I mean, I've just been busy with my own cosplay, and I mean, you know what, dude? Seeing we're in the nerdy thing, I'm just gonna bring it up again, dude. Fucking Metal House Singer. Check that shit out.
I have it fucking right here. I'm gonna download the fuck out of it.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to hear Brody's opinion on it, dude. Just because Brody, oh, that's true. Boss Man. We might have to get Boss Man in on this shit, dude.
There you go.
I didn't know if he likes Ticks, dude, and he would be if he would fucking grace us with his presence, dude, then absolutely. But yeah, man, I want to get Brody's opinion, or I want to see him try that shit out because Brody plays guitar. You know what I mean? Like Brody, it's just interesting. Like, dude, I played trumpet. You know what I mean? But at least I learned how to like read music. It's been a long time, dude. So I'm rusty as fuck. But I remember how, at least you know how to. Anybody should be able to carry a tempo. Yeah. As long as you can carry a tempo, you can fucking work this game, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna download it as soon as we're done here.
It's so. I wish the demo was longer or there was more in the demo, dude.
Yeah.
Because like once you get the hang of it, because man, like you start off, you get a sword, but then you get the skull, like I said, that shoots fire. But the skull that shoots fire, you can shoot it all the time, and that helps keep your fury up. So that way you can keep your song going at a higher pace, like or a better pace, whatever. So better kills. And then you get a shotgun, and then you get dual wielding fucking pistols, man. And when you're just fucking just going nuts with the pistols and just like in beat with the music, and it's just like perfect. You're like, this is fucking tits. Like
there was a game. Oh fuck, what the fuck was it called? I have it for my VR, and it's a shooter. It's a shooter, but you shoot to the beat. And I had seen a TikTok on it. What the fuck is it called?
You know what? Thank you for bringing up VR because I do have some nerdy shit to talk about, and I can't believe I fail as a Ghostbuster fan. Holy shit, dude! Ghostbusters Day was last week.
Oh, I know. We totally fucking missed that.
So much fucking shit
there was
a lot dropped. And
animated series.
new animated series from Netflix, new animated movie from Sony Animation, new follow-up movie to Ghostbusters Afterlife. They dropped out more specs for the Proton Pack if you picked one up from the HasLabs. They actually dropped the poundage on it. That bitch is like 17 pounds. And I was like, ooh, nice.
Oh,
that's
shit.
gonna feel a little nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when you get the gun on there too. What the hell else did they drop? There was Dark Horse is setting out a new comic series with Ghostbusters as well, dude. So like, yo, if you're a GB fan, you just got showered on with some good ass shit right there. That is for sure. I'm sad, man, because I got rid of Netflix, but they're really trying to make me fucking come back to that shit.
I'll give you my login. You can have my fucking login.
No, I remember they're gonna get rid of that shit. They even
Man,
said
fuck them. Fuck them. They
it's
say
not
that.
the same IP address.
Yeah.
But all right, man. So I mean, is there anything else nerdy?
I got nothing, man. I can't.
I'm trying to remember. There's nothing I can think of in.
I mean, E3 happened, but I didn't
Dude,
watch.
there's nothing.
So.
First of all, I mean, my buddy Pete Ward, he filled me in on the Xbox panel, which is sad. Like usually most Xbox panels, they didn't really talk about shit. I don't think they did the Nintendo one yet. If I'm not, I could be wrong. Maybe they did. I did catch one from New Blood though, and New Blood is a PC game thing, and they make a bunch of first person shooters and shit. I dig into them. They're newer, but they look like classic, like old school 91, 92, 93 style shooters, like DOS style games. And they got a bunch more DLC and shit coming out, so that shit looks pretty good too.
Oh, the game was Pistol Whip. What the fuck just happened?
Pistol Whip, huh?
My Phasmophobia literally just started playing by itself.
Oh shit, dude, my shit was all popping up and everything too. Like I was running other programs I usually don't. That doesn't happen. It's the ghost, man.
It's the ghosties.
You know what it is? Brody even told you to play Phasmophobia, so the computer is just like, hey, you know what? It's gonna make you do it anyways. So Chad Daddy does apologize. His computers were just shit in the bed, but he wishes he could be here for him. Yep, it does. But once again, next week, join us for 1993's Ticks.
Join us.
Which, Clint Howard's in it too. He's a horror fucking fan for great. Oh my god. Fucking Alfonso's in it, dude.
Alfonso Ribeiro?
Yeah, he is.
What?
Oh shit, dude. We are going to be fucking doing the Carlton for an hour and a half next week. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Alrighty. On that note, I would say we chalk this bitch up. So, Steve, if you want to start us off.
As always, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host with the ghost, the Duke of the Dead, the Prince of the Paranormal, the Ghost Daddy, Lord Scuba Cabra, saying, this house is clean.
Thank you, sir. And this is the Not So Mean Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D saying, adios, Gorehounds, and remember, stay fresh, cheese bags.
Mm-hmm.